Most influential gadgets of all time. Think of the gear you can't live without, the smartphone you constantly check, the camera that goes with you on every vacation, the TV that serves as a portal to binge watching and gaming. Each owes its influence to one model that changed the course of technology for good. It's those devices we're recognizing in this list of the 50 most influential gadgets of all time. Google Glass. Google Glass is a wearable, voice and motion-controlled Android device that resembles a pair of eyeglasses and displays information directly in the user's field of vision. Google Glass offers an augmented reality experience by using visual, audio and location-based inputs to provide relevant information. Google Glass operating system, OS, is based on a version of Android. The OS can run application virtualization tools called glassware that are optimized for the device. Nintendo Game Boy. Nintendo Game Boy. It's a wonder we didn't destroy our eyes gaming on the Game Boy's tiny 2.6-inch olive green screen, considering how many Nintendo sold, over 200 million when you include the souped-up subsequent Game Boy Advance, a chunky, somewhat dismal-looking off-white object with garish cerise-colored buttons. Nintendo's 1989 handheld invented the modern mobile game. Its modest power and anemic screen forced developers to distill the essence of genres carried over from consoles. The result, a paradigm shift in mobile game design that's influenced everything from competing devoted handhelds to Apple's iPhone. Sony TRINITRON. Sony TRINITRON. Renowned journalist Edward R. Murrow famously described television as nothing but wires and lights in a box. Of all such boxes, Sony's TRINITRON, launched in 1968 as color TV sales were finally taking off, stands at the fore of memorable sets, in part for its novel way of merging what to the point had been 3 separate electron guns. The TRINITRON was the first TV receiver to win a vaunted Emmy Award, and over the next quarter-century, went on to sell over 100 million units worldwide. IBM Model 5150. What would the computer market look like today without the IBM PC? Sure, the world had personal computers before the 5150 was introduced in 1981. But IBM's sales pitch, bringing Big Blue's corporate computing prowess into the home, helped make this a wildly successful product. Even more influential than the 5150 itself was Big Blue's decision to license its PC operating system, DOS, to other manufacturers. That led to the birth of IBM Compatibles, the forerunner to almost all non-Apple PCs out there today. Sony Walkman. Sony Walkman. Sony's Walkman was the first music player to combine portability, simplicity and affordability. While vinyl records were still the most popular music format, the Walkman, originally the soundabout in the United States, played much smaller cassettes and was small enough to fit in a purse or pocket. It ushered in the phenomena of private space in public created by the isolating effect of headphones. It ran on AA batteries, allowing it to travel far from power outlets. Sony eventually sold more than 200 million of the devices, which paved the way for the CD player and the iPod. SEGWAY. SEGWAY. The SEGWAY is a two-wheeled, self-balancing personal transporter invented by Dean Kamen and brought to market in 2001 as the SEGWAY Height, subsequently as the SEGWAY PT, and manufactured by SEGWAY Incorporated. Height is an initialism for human transporter and PT for personal transporter. VICTROLA record player. VICTROLA record player. Though the phonograph was invented in 1877, it was the Victor Talking Machine Company's VICTROLA that first made audio players a staple in most people's homes. The device's amplifying horn was hidden inside a wooden cabinet, giving it the sleek look of a sophisticated piece of furniture. Records by classical musicians and opera singers were popular purchases for the device. Eventually, the Victor Talking Machine Company would be bought by RCA, which would go on to become a radio and television giant. MAKERBOT replicator. MAKERBOT replicator. The Replicator Plus is cloud-enabled so you can control it remotely with MakerBot Print or the MakerBot mobile app. With MakerBot Print, you can import native CAD parts and assemblies, auto-arrange them during print preparation, and then print them on one or more printers. The MakerBot Replicator Plus prints 30% faster than its predecessor and offers a 25% larger build volume. For greater reliability and precision, it features improved hardware, like the redesigned gantry and Z-Stage. Apple iPod. Apple iPod. There were MP3 players before the iPod, sure, but it was Apple's blockbuster device that convinced music fans to upgrade from their CD players en masse. The iPod simultaneously made piracy more appealing, by letting people carry their 1,000-song libraries in their pockets, while also providing a lifeline to the flailing music industry with the iTunes Store, which eventually became the world's biggest music retailer. The iPod's importance extends far beyond music. It was an entire generation's introduction to Apple's easy-to-use products and slick marketing. These people would go on to buy MacBooks, iPhones and iPads in droves, helping to make Apple the most valuable technology company in the world. Apple Macintosh. Apple Macintosh. Will Big Blue dominate the entire computer industry? The entire information age? Was George Orwell right about 1984? That's how Steve Jobs introduced the ad heralding the arrival of the Macintosh. With its graphical user interface, easy-to-use mouse and overall friendly appearance, the Macintosh was Apple's best hope to take on IBM. High costs and Microsoft's successful Windows software conspired to keep the Mac a perennial runner-up. But it forever set the standard for the way human beings interact with computers. Apple iPhone. Apple iPhone. Apple was the first company to put a truly powerful computer in the pockets of millions when it launched the iPhone in 2007. Smartphones had technically existed for years, but none came together as accessibly and beautifully as the iPhone. Apple's device ushered in a new era of flat, touch-screen phones with buttons that appeared on screen as you needed them, replacing the chunkier phones with slide-out keyboards and static buttons. What really made the iPhone so remarkable, however, was its software and mobile app store, introduced later. The iPhone popularized the mobile app, forever changing how we communicate, play games, shop, work, and complete many everyday tasks. DJI Phantom. DJI Phantom. For most, DJI is a trusted and respected name in the consumer drone market. They're certainly one of the favorites around these parts. With more than a dozen flying devices in their stables, many of which equipped with 4K or higher video capture capabilities, it may be hard to keep them straight. We're here today to explore the Phantom line of DJI drones. As one of the most iconic drone designs around, the familiar tall landing gear, quadcopter frame at 350mm and white paint job now lives on several generations of the Phantom. Let's from MRMIT TV. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to keep you updated for our next video. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blogger, MRMIT TV. At your service.